Attention passionate Kansas City CHIFS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Kansas City Chiefs' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Kansas City Chiefs fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Kansas City CHIFS FANS. Let's get to the news now. If you're a Chiefs fan, you know very well how dynamic and unpredictable the NFL landscape can be. Every season brings new challenges, surprises, and opportunities for teams to reshape their futures. And right now, there's a lot of buzz circulating around potential roster moves, especially in the context of the AFC West and Kansas City's ongoing quest for supremacy. But today, I want to focus on some intriguing discussions that could have serious implications for the Chiefs, especially when it comes to their running game and how they might adapt to stay atop the league and defend their Super Bowl title. First, let's set the stage a little. The Chiefs, as we all know, have built one of the most potent offenses in the NFL over the past few seasons. Led by Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league, and a bevy of talented receivers like Travis Kelce, the team's offensive arsenal is among the league's most formidable. But what often gets overlooked is their ground game. The Chiefs have traditionally relied heavily on Mahomes' arm, with their running backs playing more of a supporting role. That's been enough to keep defenses guessing and to keep their offense versatile. However, as we look ahead to the 2024 season and beyond, there's a growing consensus that Kansas City might need to bolster their rushing attack even more. And that's where the whispers of potential trades and roster upgrades come into play. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about the Chiefs possibly looking to make a splash in the trade market to acquire a running back that could add a new dimension to their offense. Now, before I go into the specifics of who that might be, let's take a quick detour and understand the broader context. The NFL is a league where roster flexibility and strategic acquisitions can define the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. Teams like the Chiefs, with their championship window so clearly open, are always considering ways to improve, especially in positions that could create mismatches or add depth to prevent injuries from derailing their plans. And the running back position, despite sometimes being undervalued in the modern game, remains crucial for a balanced attack. In this context, rumors have been swirling about a particular player who could be the perfect fit to elevate Kansas City's offense. That player is none other than Breece Hall from the New York Jets. Hall has been one of the most exciting young talents in the league when healthy, showcasing a blend of speed, vision, and power that makes him a potential game-changer. But here's the twist. The Jets, after adding significant talent to their roster this offseason, are reportedly considering some tough decisions, including possibly trading Hall. That's right. Breece Hall could be on the move, and the Chiefs are being mentioned as a prime candidate to land him. Now, why would Kansas City be interested? Well, for one, Hall's skill set fits perfectly with the Chiefs' offensive philosophy. His ability to break off long runs, catch passes out of the backfield, and run between the tackles makes him a versatile threat. Plus, with the current uncertainty surrounding the Jets' backfield, especially given their depth, and the fact that Hall's rookie contract is winding down, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they might look to cash in on his talent before he hits free agency or signs a big extension elsewhere. At the same time, the Chiefs' current running back room isn't exactly lacking in talent. They have Isaiah Pacheco, who emerged as a true star last season, showing grit, speed, and an uncanny ability to find the end zone. Pacheco's rise has been one of the season's best stories, and he's clearly a cornerstone of Kansas City's ground game moving forward. Behind him, Elijah Mitchell was brought in to add depth and experience, and Kareem Hunt, a veteran, still has some gas in the tank even though he's nearing the end of his prime. But despite this depth, there's a feeling among many analysts and fans that adding a player like Hall would be a huge upgrade, especially for the playoff push. Imagine Pacheco and Hall sharing the backfield, creating a two-headed monster that defenses would struggle to contain. It would give Patrick Mahomes even more options, forcing defenses to commit extra resources to stop the run, which could open up even more opportunities for the passing game. The Chiefs have shown an openness to making bold moves. Remember how they traded for Kadarius Toney last season? That move paid off big time in the postseason, and it's safe to say the front office isn't shy about swinging for the fences when it comes to upgrades. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Do the Chiefs really need to make such a move? After all, they're reigning champions, and their offense is already one of the best in the league. But in the NFL, complacency can be dangerous. Adding Hall wouldn't mean replacing Pacheco, but rather complementing him, creating a more balanced, unpredictable attack. Plus, the salary cap considerations and draft capital involved are always part of the equation. But Kansas City has shown in the past that they're willing to give up some draft picks or future assets if it means bolstering their chances of repeating. It's also worth noting that the NFL trade landscape is always shifting, and there's no shortage of teams interested in acquiring impact players. The Jets, for example, despite adding talent like Justin Fields this offseason, are in a rebuild that could see some key players move to maximize their return. Breece Hall's situation is a classic example of a young player at a crossroads. Do they hold on to him and hope for a big contract extension, or do they trade him now for immediate assets? For Kansas City, acquiring a player like Hall would be a statement move, a clear message that they're committed to maintaining their dominance and pushing for another Super Bowl. It could also serve as a blueprint for other contenders looking to make bold moves in the offseason. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet, and the Chiefs' front office will weigh the pros and cons carefully. But the possibility is tantalizing, especially given how well Hall's skill set suits their system. And let's not forget about the broader picture. The AFC is incredibly competitive right now, with teams like the Bills, Bengals, Dolphins, and Jets all vying for supremacy. The Chiefs have managed to stay ahead of the pack largely thanks to their innovative offense and the leadership of Mahomes. But as every seasoned fan knows, championship teams are built not just on talent, but on strategic moves that give them an edge. Looking back historically, Kansas City has always been a team willing to adapt and evolve. From the early days of their franchise, through the Super Bowl victories and the recent dominance, they've shown a knack for identifying needs and addressing them with boldness. The potential addition of Breece Hall could be seen as the next chapter in that ongoing story, an opportunity to strengthen the team even further and cement their status as a dynasty. Now, I want to talk more about the specific players and what Hall's addition could mean in terms of team dynamics. Pacheco, as I mentioned, was a revelation last season. He carried the ball over 170 times, racking up more than 800 rushing yards and scoring 8 touchdowns. His explosive style and relentless effort made him a fan favorite and a key piece of Kansas City's offense. Yet, despite his success, there's always room for improvement, and adding a talent like Hall could take their rushing game to a whole new level. On the other hand, Hall's career so far has been impressive, although cut short by injuries in his rookie year. When healthy, he's shown flashes of brilliance. His vision, quickness, and ability to break tackles make him a real threat. His breakout game last season, where he rushed for over 100 yards and scored multiple touchdowns, demonstrated he has the potential to be a feature back for years to come. If he joins the Chiefs, he would not only provide depth but could also be integrated into a platoon system that keeps him fresh and maximizes his talents. From a strategic standpoint, the Chiefs' offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, and head coach Andy Reid are known for their creativity in play calling. Adding Hall would give them even more options: inside runs, outside zone schemes, screen passes, and even goal line carries. It's this versatility that makes the Chiefs' offense so difficult to defend. And with defenses now focusing on containing Mahomes and Kels, having a reliable, explosive running back can open up the entire field. But of course, the trade market isn't just about talent, it's also about timing and cost. Kansas City would likely have to part with a few late-round draft picks to acquire Hall, which they might see as a worthwhile investment given his upside. The Chiefs have a history of making smart draft choices, and their front office has proven capable of evaluating talent and making shrewd trades. If they see Hall as the missing piece to push them over the top, I wouldn't be surprised if they go all in. Now, I know some of you are probably wondering about the risks involved. Sure, trading for a player like Hall isn't without its uncertainties: injuries, adjusting to a new system, team fit. But given the Chiefs' track record of developing talent and their offensive system, the chances of Hall thriving in Kansas City are pretty high. Plus, the potential reward of having a dual-threat backfield that can wear down defenses and create mismatches is too good to ignore. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The AFC is loaded, but Kansas City has demonstrated time and again that they are willing to make bold moves to stay at the top. Their front office isn't afraid to shake things up if it means winning another Lombardi trophy. The addition of a player like Hall could be that move, a strategic investment to ensure that the Chiefs' offense remains one of the most feared in the league. In conclusion, the possibility of Kansas City acquiring Breece Hall is one of the most exciting stories to follow this offseason. It embodies the true spirit of competitive football, always looking for ways to improve, adapt, and stay ahead of the curve. Whether it happens or not, the mere fact that it's being discussed shows how serious the Chiefs are about maintaining their dominance. And as fans, we should be excited about the potential this brings, knowing that the team is always thinking big and planning for the future. So Chiefs fans, what do you think? Would adding Hall be the move that pushes Kansas City back to that Super Bowl stage? Do you believe he's the missing piece? Or do you think the team should stick with what they have and trust in their current roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your opinions because they truly matter to us and to the Chiefs. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates and insights into the Kansas City Chiefs, so stay tuned and keep that passion alive. We're building something special here, and together, we're part of this incredible journey. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Chiefs!